Of lights, I'm going to start part 2 of my vision of the new earth as a new earth prepper. In the first part, I was talking about what I kind of foresee happening and our need to be prepared for a good 6 months. After the calamitous days, after this war, after the power grid goes down, the survivors of this, we're not going to be responsible for people during that calamitous days. It's really up to the divine protection at that point. But please know that shows like mine, shows like other people that are talking about what's upcoming, are part of the preparedness. They're part of the warning. Yeah? They're part of the getting it together so you and yours can survive too. Actually, it would be better for people like me not to talk about it, because there are those who would like to take what you have, but Spirit has laid it upon our heart to share with others, because we love. We love, and we want everyone to be okay. But during the calamitous days, I'm telling you, I'm not feeding anybody but me, my husband, and our 2 sons and their girlfriends. If my daughter showed, of course. My father, my mother, my brothers or sisters, I would take care of them, my own, my blood. But after that, somehow or other, society has to be reborn and rebuilt. And in that period of time is when we have to kind of come on up out of the basement, right? Come on up out of the basement and form community. I'm a healer, so I'll probably keep right on with my healing work. I encourage people to garden and collect seeds and to work with heirloom seeds. I'll keep right on doing that. But part of my healing work at that point, I have foreseen, will be having kind of a soup kitchen. Yeah? Showing people how to do the square foot gardening, helping establish people with little square foot gardens so they can eat some fresh food. We'll be working in community to rebuild our little neighborhood. Now, that being said, you're like, what about the marauders? What about? Well, we'll have armed guards out there while we're doing our work. We'll have ways and means of protecting. We'll have sentries. We'll have all of that. Because there still will be a number of years of trials. All of this is really ties in biblically, but it's also in every single tradition. We will have a number of years of trials while we are rebuilding. Okay? And so during that period of time, we got to start working together in community. You'll have people that are gathering firewood, helping get ready for the winter. You'll have people helping with gardening. You'll have people doing healing. You'll have people cooking. You'll have people tending to children. There won't be a lot of time. It'd be like a village, like an old-fashioned village. There's not going to be a lot of time for, like now, people watch TV, play video games, they squander their life force all the time. Yeah? Won't be a lot of time for that. We'll be working, right? We'll be busy. Do I want this to come? Do I want these calamitous days to come? Well, who would, Except the fact that it seems to be needed to shift the energy in the world right now. It seems like if something calamitous like this doesn't come upon us, huge shifts. Western society is just going to keep on polluting this world until it's to the point of being unlivable. And this place was not created for that. It's a beautiful, sacred, gorgeous planet full of beautiful, gorgeous, sacred human beings, but also the animals, the plants, you know, the crystals, the water. Oh, it's so beautiful. The land and the water and the islands. It's all so incredibly beautiful. Created out of just love, and it will stand. It will stand. We don't need to be afraid that it's all going to be burned up or blown up or go away. It will stand. But there are going to be many that fall away during this period of time, that pass on, because they are sadly really committed to this whole third dimensional paradigm of consumerism. Like you know, if you think about Western society, it's like a plague of locusts upon the earth, consuming, voraciously eating up everything, with no concern about leaving anyone else hungry, no concern about the rest of the world, no concern about the poor in this country. So things must shift and change. So while, no, of course, I don't want to see anything bad happen to anybody. Yeah, I still do have the belief that all souls are safe, all souls are attaining to oneness, and that, you know, if somebody dies, still their soul will be safe. And they'll live again. That's my faith and my belief. But for those that are consciously doing harm, there's a great day of retribution coming. Yeah. The ones that had plotted and schemed and had the whole idea that, you know, they would rule, this whole imperialistic kind of idea, you know, of the haves and the have-nots, so we can take over anywhere we want on the planet. People just have to bow to us. Nah, Creator's not going to let that keep going. There is a vengeance coming for them. It's just up to us right now to kind of show we want to be a good earth keeper. You know, we're doing our best to be a good earth keeper. We're doing our best to be loving of others, to be compassionate, to be kind, to be forgiving. Yeah, and even hold that real high thought, that high intention that those that are doing harm on the earth right now will have a change of heart. There's always time for ones to have a change of heart. Yeah? We have an extremely forgiving God. Yeah. Very loving. Absolute loving. And was kind of like a parent, any parent, you know, a parent loves their child, even the wayward child that maybe you have to cast off to protect the rest of the house. I'm talking about a seriously violent child. You know, a parent never stops loving them and always hopes that they will turn around. It's the same thing with our Creator. Wishes that those that are doing harm now will awaken, you know, and stop their bad behavior, become good earth keepers. Now, is that likely to happen? No. But do we wish it would? Yeah. Yeah, I wish it would. I wish people would wake up. I wish people would come together. That it would cohese, and that people would have a more peaceful mindset. That this government would stop supporting, Monsanto, the genetically modified seeds. That's a travesty, as is the cloning. All those are travesties against Creator. Yeah, people think, oh, it's in the name of science. It's a travesty against the one who created things in a perfect, beautiful way. And so, these things must be removed for the sake of the greater good. I enjoy having while I'm doing my food preps, while I'm doing chores that, are kind of mundane. It's kind of quiet around here. The kids are grown. I work from home, so I do this sort of work between clients. I don't see very many clients anymore. Most of my work, I do intensive work when I go to DC. I put in a month's worth of work in 4 or 5 days when I go there. So the rest of my month is I get to do a radio show. I do some YouTube videos. I food prep. I write blogs. I'm a little urban homesteader, and I do artwork. So I keep myself really, really busy. But I also have just time to do things in a really nice, slow pace now, which I was talking about on the radio show today. I enjoy that. I enjoy things that are kind of like slow and like a meditation anymore. It's like recently when I was painting those birdhouses, that was just very zen-like for me. Right now, peeling these potatoes is very, very zen-like for me. I enjoy doing these projects and doing them more slowly than I could have in the past. Yeah, but I do miss when my babies were little. Oh yeah, of course I do. I homeschooled them and they were my life. Some days, grandbabies. Grandbabies. But so that's kind of the vision that I have had. My new earth vision that I have is that we're in that transition time, just like when a woman's having a baby. That's right now. These really rugged times. We're getting ready to birth something into being that'll be a beautiful golden age of peace. Even after, though, the violence of the shift happens, this war happens, the calamities happen, we're shifted kind of back into Stone Age for a little while. Yeah, where we can reset. We have to reset. We'll be reset. People will learn how to live more in harmony with the earth. Go back into smaller, more close-knit kind of communities. Be more, I wanted to think of the word agrarian. Is that the word, agrarian? But more farm-based type society. We'll still have knowledge. We'll still have knowledge about how to do solar heat, solar things, wind and water energy. But I don't believe we'll ever go back to nuclear or coal-based electricity. Yeah. I have high hopes that technology eventually will invent ways that won't blow up the whole planet, of providing luxuries. But you know what? Seems like every time societies get to the point where they don't even have to hardly work to raise their own food, every time societies start turning over jobs to automation, or they have supernatural abilities to where they don't have to just plain old work anymore, seems like societies go to heck in a handbasket. I think we were created to work. I think we were created to connect to our food sources, and to nature and to one another. I think that's part of the problem that happens, is that people become so disconnected from just truth and simplicity. And it's really super important to get back. It's just to get back into that. And people will say to me, well, you want a utopia. You're a dreamer. You're pie in the sky. Maybe. Everything starts with a dream. Every great thing that ever was starts with a dream. And it starts with somebody that believes in that dream. I have high hopes for humanity. I have high hopes for this world. I think we're beautiful. I think it's a divine and beautiful place. And that you are divine and beautiful. And that we are created in the image of a great creator. And so I'm really hoping that when we do our reset, we'll do it right. And we will rebuild this world into a place of beauty, love, and light. A utopia, yes. Paradise on earth. I'm not expecting perfection. I'm just expecting that beautiful perfection within imperfection, and where love reigns supreme. All right. Thank you.